Coachella, what the hell are you doing?
Car camping is going at Coachella.
Nightmare for hundreds of people trying to get into Coachella early. Campers trying to get into the Coachella festival grounds are calling the process a nightmare.
And some campers are saying that they'd been in line for more than 8 hours without access to water or even restrooms.
The shimmering mirage of Coachella, flaunted across Instagram feeds and hyped up on TikTok, hides a blistering, chaotic truth that only those who've been there and suffered through it know.
Coachella, what the hell are you doing?
What was meant to be a desert dream quickly turned into a sun-scorched nightmare.
Nightmare for hundreds of people trying to get into Coachella early.
And some campers are saying that they'd been in line for more than 8 hours.
Even with A-list faces like Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber, and Kylie Jenner adding their glossy charm to the scene, this year's Coachella festival was a mess. The so-called playground of the rich, the famous, and the wannabes.
You're looking at the video there. That was the entrance or some of the problems getting into some of the campsites at Coachella. Just people complaining that they were waiting for hours and hours.
Social media would have you believe it's a non-stop party of designer outfits, exclusive lounges, and surreal performances, but behind the curated stories and aesthetic reels lies a reality as raw and unfiltered as the desert sun.
It's 100 degrees outside, people's cars are overheating, they're running out of gas.
From Kendall's tequila tents to Kylie's branded booths, the elite had their air-conditioned havens. Meanwhile, thousands of ordinary festival goers endured misery in the sweltering heat, plagued by long waits, overpriced essentials, and downright unhygienic conditions. Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber were there promoting 818 tequila and Rhodes Skin respectively. Kylie Jenner had her Sprinter brand glistening under the sun, and Justin Bieber made a cameo, walking amidst the dust clouds like a demigod dropped into chaos. Indian influencers flew in too, flexing their Coachella passes like golden tickets to paradise. But what they didn't show you? The madness. Here's the truth. Unless you're in the VVIP bracket, the kind who can afford luxury hotels, private transfers, and exclusive campsites, Coachella is a full-blown struggle. Most attendees resort to car camping, which, despite sounding adventurous, turns into 3 days of discomfort and dehydration.
In case anybody's wondering how car camping is going at Coachella.
Chaos at Coachella as the journey to the iconic music festival's campgrounds turned into a parking lot.
Temperatures soar to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, causing people to sweat constantly, many falling ill by the first day. Medical tents quickly fill up. The festive excitement is drowned in frustration and exhaustion. One festival goer wrote, "We waited 6 hours in line just to get past security. From morning to evening, we were stuck in our cars. No restrooms in sight. People were forced to relieve themselves in bushes along the road.
There's no porta potties, so if you need to use the restroom, grab some food, whatever it is, do that first. This is crazy."
We showed up here for camping at 3 in the morning and got in line. It's almost 1 p.m. right now. We still haven't even gone through security.
We have been in this line since about 5:30 in the morning.
The situation didn't improve much. Portable toilets reeked, some overflowing under the pressure of the crowd and heat. Showers? Good luck. You'd have to queue up for hours just to rinse off the dust, only to find dirty floors, clumps of hair, and no running water in some cases. People were peeing in the bathing areas, someone revealed in a Reddit post. It was disgusting. And no, this wasn't the organizers' fault entirely. People have to behave better, but still, the setup wasn't ready to handle such clouds. As you can imagine, wearing those viral festival outfits becomes a joke when you're melting under the sun. People packed flashy clothes, but ended up lounging in sweat-soaked basics. And even food stalls added to the misery. Prices were sky high. One slice of pizza could cost more than a full meal outside.
First meal at Coachella, I am not doing well. I'll tell you that much right now. Okay, girl. We waited 6.5 hours in line for security to let us in.
Drinks? Don't even ask. Such a website showcased tent options, from basic camps for regular folks to safari tents for the ultra-rich. Those safari tents were air-conditioned with private restrooms and showers. They could cost upwards of $1,000 for just a few nights. Touch towels, mini fridges, crisp white bed sheets. Sure, it's a glamorous setup, but only for the 1%. The struggle didn't end after the music stopped. Booking a ride back to a hotel became another battle. Uber drivers reported that drop-offs were full of excitement, but pickups were a nightmare. People overwhelmed by sunstroke, hangovers, or exhaustion, would break down crying in the back seats. Drivers had to wait hours in long lines, unable to find their assigned riders in the sea of chaos. This year's Coachella is being called the Hunger Games of music festivals. And that's no exaggeration. One side, celebrities sipped cocktails in private tents. On the other, mere feet away, regular attendees suffered, desperately seeking shade or a place to sit. The inequality was too visible to ignore. And these aren't isolated experiences. Multiple attendees echoed the same horror stories, breaking the illusion sold by influencers. Because here's the thing, most of those influencers, they didn't pay. They were invited, flown in, and pampered by brands. That's why their experience looks smooth, because it is. Paid for, sponsored, orchestrated, unlike the thousands who planned, saved, and fought to be there, only to be met with dehydration, overpriced tacos, and portable toilets that could make you gag. Kendall Jenner, for instance, promoted her 818 tequila with an elaborate booth where fans could line up and exchange tokens for shots. It was colorful, vibrant, and heavily documented. Hailey Bieber's road booth also attracted lines, especially with the promise of free product samples. A lucky few even got photos with the stars. They stood outside in the heat, often only to be told supplies had run out. Even Patrick Starr jumped into the influencer brand festival game, setting up a booth for his makeup line. Coachella isn't just a festival anymore. It's a marketing battlefield where brands fight for the eyeballs of millions. And for celebs like Kendall and Hailey, Coachella is less about music and more about monetization. Gone are the days when celebrities came to just vibe to the music. Now they come with brand activations, PR teams, and campaign goals. It's a smart move, but it's also a sad reflection of how far this festival has drifted from its core purpose.